everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video is gonna be me trying a bunch of new makeup that is new to me. Mostly, I think I have a full face here. I might have to fill in like maybe one product, but yeah, this is all makeup that is either new to the market, new to me. And I will tell you, I have tried a couple of these things like one time at the most. I have experienced them a little bit before, but not a lot. So I kind of wanted to try them out here for you guys today so that you can kind of see what's worth picking up. If you've had your eye on any of these things, you can get a better idea if they are worth your money, if they are worth purchasing. Before we get started, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. Make sure you go ahead and ring the bell so that you can be notified when I post new videos. Like this video, make sure you're following me on all my social medias. And with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started. I have like every step here today I'm gonna try out. And we're gonna start with priming / base product. This is from the brand Touch and Soul. This is the Glassy Skin Balm. Super cute. Also, it super tripped me out the first time I opened it because it's like, this looks like it should be the lid, but this is the lid and it comes off like this. So that's confusing. Anyway, I don't know if this is new, but I kind of had my eye on this. I saw it at Ulta and I was like, this looks like something that I would really like. Honestly, it's called the Glassy Skin Balm. You know I like to be glassy and I like some balms on my skin. So I just thought we'd try it out. I've touched this, I haven't worn it. Touched this as the texture. It literally, I mean, it's just like, it's like a moussey kind of texture almost. Like it's very cloud-like and fluffy. Like that looks like a lot, but when I touch it to my skin, it really disappears super quickly. Wow, this feels so nice. Ooh, I really like the way it smells. Also, Touch and Soul is not a super big brand, but their other primer, they have a poreless primer that comes in a little pump bottle that was really popular a few years ago. Maybe a year ago, something like that. Recently enough, but it was really big, and they don't have a ton of products in their brand, but that one, well, it got really big, and so I think their kind of main thing is primers, so they don't have a ton of other types of products. But wow. If you're gonna do it well. And this feels really, really nice. Wow. As you guys have seen in my skincare video that just went up beginning of this week. Speaking of, pause real quick. Sorry about that. It was, the weekend that I was gonna post that was my birthday weekend. And we had some family coming into town to visit us for our birthdays. And my husband just had a lot of things to do for work that week, and we just didn't get it done in time by the time our family came into town. And the next weekend was his birthday. So our birthdays are 6 days apart. And so the next weekend was his birthday. And so we were just busy, and I didn't want to make him work on his birthday and rush to get something up. And yeah, so sorry about the delay, but we took a little hiatus for our birthday weekends. But henceforth we will do our best to keep to our schedule, and hopefully looking to increase that sometime soon in the next couple months. Maybe do 2 videos a week sometime. It mainly just depends on both of our work schedules kind of coordinating, so we'll see. But yeah, so sorry about the delay in video 2 weeks ago. It just got posted on Monday, so if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. I will link it up here in the corner, whichever corner it is. I think it's gonna be that one. We'll go ahead and link it up there in the little eye. It'll pop up right over here. But the reason I was referencing that video is because this skin balm kind of reminds me of a feeling of one of my moisturizers, but like my moisturizer that I mixed a couple drops of my oil into, which I do really often. And it just like, oh, it's so nice. Ooh, it's really sinking into my skin. I wouldn't say, wow, that's a dirty mirror. Let me fix that. Let's see, do I feel like it's glassy? Yes, it's not the most glassy glass I've ever seen. Wow, you can really see that zit there that's on the side of my head, really living here without paying rent. I mean, I really just look like I've just put moisturizer on, honestly. It's feeling very calming to my skin. All the ingredients in here are working well with my skin, it seems. So that's a good sign. I like that. I think that would be really nice for the days when I do my makeup later in the day and it's been a few hours since I applied my skincare in the morning and it's like already soaked in and stuff, and I want just to re-moisturize. Also, I think this is a really nice moisturizing base for if I'm gonna do a little bit less moisturizing of a foundation on top of it. Like if I was gonna go in with like a more natural to satin finish foundation, this would be a really nice base for underneath it and give me a nice thick layer of hydration. So for all my dry skin girls, I think I really like this so far. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Next, for foundation, this is from the Sephora collection brand. This is the Sephora S Clean Glowing Skin Foundation. So there it is there. Yeah, this is their clean glowing foundation. This just came out maybe about a month ago or so. I have the shade 5 here in case you're wondering. It's supposed to be a cleaner foundation with better ingredients, without parabens and things like that, as you would know if you watched my Full Face of Clean Beauty a few weeks ago. So it also says glowing skin, which is a great sign for me. I will tell you, I did wear this one time and I don't know how I feel about it yet. I liked it. There wasn't anything I disliked about it. We'll see. It's kind of one of those things that's gonna develop over time. Because maybe the second time I'll just be wowed and like, this is my new favorite foundation. But there's been a couple foundations like the Ilia Skin Tint, like the moment I put them on, I'm like, this is in my life forever. Forever now. It's perfection. I've never looked better in my whole life. So maybe I'll feel that way this time. Just gonna deposit a little bit on the back of my hand. How do I wanna apply this? How do I wanna apply it today? I think I'm gonna start out with a foundation brush. I'm gonna start out by applying this with just a little flat foundation brush. I've really been liking this kind of brush lately. I feel like they're very misunderstood. I literally have like 3 of them. That's how much I like them. I like to have one on hand. They're just really good for applying a nice thin layer. And then obviously, as you guys know, I tend to go over it with my sponge anyway, but to just give me a nice even application first time around, I really enjoy these types of brushes. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on. Yeah, I never feel like I get too much product on my face with this brush. I feel like it gives me a nice thin layer. I would say this product has like a light to medium coverage. You can absolutely build it up to a high medium coverage because it has quite a bit of pigment to it, honestly. I was kind of surprised. I expected it to be a little bit sheerer. It's a little bit more glam than I expected, so. But yeah, for those of you that want a little bit more coverage, I think this would be a really nice versatile foundation. Like if you're not a psycho like me who collects makeup on a regular basis, I think that this is an excellent option for you because a foundation that is about this level of coverage, you can either wear it at a medium coverage, at a light coverage, at a sheer coverage. It's really versatile as far as how you can wear it. So I like that. It's a really nice color for me, actually. Wow. This is an attractive look on me, honestly. But I know I look insane right now, but we'll fix that. You know what? You know what? Yeah. Ooh. Wow, this is nice. It feels so lightweight. I can barely feel anything on my skin. My skin feels moisturized, but not like wet. It's not super sticky. It's not dried down yet, but it's definitely not super sticky like some of my other dewy foundations are that say like that they're glowing foundations. And I'm gonna leave it here as far as coverage, but I definitely think you can build this up. Like this has quite a bit of pigment to it. I personally don't like to go much past light coverage on a regular basis. For me, I'll lean to a medium coverage for like events, as you saw in my event makeup. You could honestly sheer it out even further. Like if you're really about that, like I just want a nice tint, but I think I like it a lot more than I thought I would. Well then. We're off to a great start, honestly. We're in a really great place. Okay, moving on. So for eyes today, this is a new palette. Have not put it on my eyes yet. And I'm so excited. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the Coffee Cat eyeshadow palette. Ooh, it's so stinking cute. Honestly, if you're a regular person, you have seen Wet n Wild at the drugstore in literally anywhere. Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens, everywhere there's a Wet n Wild section, most likely. Also, Wet n Wild is like, it's the cheapest brand at the drugstore. I'd say e.l.f. is the cheapest, and then there's Wet n Wild because everything they have is like $5. This is like a bigger palette is $10, but that's it. That's like as high as they go. This collection came out. There's this one and there's another eyeshadow palette that was a little bit more colorful. I'd say this is pretty colorful for me, honestly. It's pretty stinking cute. my God. I mean, look at this. Oh, also, it smells like coffee. It's not something that's gonna like come off on my eyelids and make me smell it on my eyelids. But also they came out with brushes with this, and I will just tell you, I really like Wet n Wild brushes. When they release brushes with their little limited edition sets, like I have this one. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite brushes ever. This one is from Wet n Wild when they released a collection with Pac-Man. It's so cute. Look at the glitter, oh my God. So Wet n Wild brushes, they're really nice. If you see a shape that you like when they release a little collection, highly recommend. I think they're really excellent quality for their price point. Overall, honestly, across all of their makeup tools. So I'm super excited about this palette because I mean, does this not just say, wear me in fall, please? Like, does this not just say, leaves changing on the trees, pumpkins being carved with friends, crisp evenings? And I'm really excited because I have a really hard time with eyeshadows at the drugstore. I would honestly say, as far as affordable eyeshadow formulas, for me, the ones that I actually like is Wet n Wild. They're the cheapest, for sure. Eyeshadows that are really nice formula, they blend really well for a great price point. And ColourPop. Not technically like a drugstore, you can't find them at your Walmart, but they are available at Ulta and online, and they are very, very, very affordable. Can't say that I enjoy other eyeshadow formulas powder eyeshadow formulas from the drugstore. There are some creams that I like, but as far as powder eyeshadows, it's really Wet n Wild from the drugstore. ColourPop isn't affordable, but from the drugstore, it's Wet n Wild, you know? Man, I'm so excited about this palette. Oh my gosh. I think that today I really want to use this shimmer in the corner, this nice cool toned, this like taupey color. Ooh, it's like a really nice taupey nude. Let's get into it, huh? I'm trying to plan out because there's a lot of really warm tones in this palette, but there's a lot of nice neutrals as well. I think I'm gonna start out with this shade. No, I'm gonna start out with like these nude shades right here to kind of start out. Before that, let me prime my eyes, huh? Let me just not get so ahead of myself. I am gonna use a new eyeshadow primer that I have not tried yet. This came out sometime in the recent months. It's from KVD Vegan Beauty. This is the Shake Primer. This is an eyeshadow primer. And it, as you can see, it has these two pigments here, and you shake it, and then it blends together, and then it almost immediately starts to separate again, which is insane. Look at the pigment floating to the bottom. Oh my gosh. And it's so cute because you open it, has this little dropper, has this little button in the bottom, and then you press out a drop onto your finger, and that's supposed to be enough for both eyes. So, woo, woo. Oh my God, it's water, okay. Oh, I gotta prepare. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be the best course of action, is to take it, drop it into the palm of my hand so that I can like, cause it almost immediately starts to separate, so that I can also like mix it back together at the same time that I get it on my finger to put it on my eyelids. Wow, it's so wet. Apparently you're supposed to wait for this to dry. I should have brought like a fan out here. Should I apply some more? I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. And it doesn't make my eyelids look gray, so that's good to know since it's black and white, black and clear. Okay, I guess I'll wait for that to dry. While that's happening, I'm gonna plan out my eyeshadow. These metallics are really soft. Look at those! Really reminds me of the Natasha Denona bronze palette, actually. They're a lot thinner. They're not as like thick as the Natasha Denona metallic shadow formula is, but I think it's a really great bang for your buck. And this is a nice little satin formula for like inner corner situations. Cute. And then there's this gorgeous cranberry in the corner. Oh, it's so soft. Look at that. Ooh, that one's pigmented. Wow, look at the shine. Okay, are my eyelids dry? Okay, they kind of feel the same, mainly, maybe slightly tackier. Okay, start with a big old fluffy brush, and I'm gonna mix these two matte nudes together. Honestly, just to set my eyelid so that these next eyeshadows blend well on top of it. They're not the most powdery eyeshadows I've ever seen, but they are quite powdery. But I would just recommend Just make sure that you tap off your brush before you go into your eye and you won't get any fallout. Ooh, okay, something about this eyeshadow primer. You know what I like about it? Okay, I don't know if you'll know what I mean unless you've experienced this specifically, but there are some eyeshadow primer bases, products, that if you put them down as your eyeshadow base or primer, whatever, they'll make your eyeshadows look thick. Like they'll start to like look cakey. And this just looks like really thin. I mean, it just looks like my skin has this natural tint to it, doesn't it? Like, wow. That deeper nude that I pointed to earlier, I'm gonna build it up a little bit in the crease since it is slightly darker than my skin tone. Honestly, also, there's a lot of excellent shades in this. It goes really deep. I think this will work really well across a lot of skin tones. I'm gonna go into a slightly smaller fluffy brush into that same deeper nude shade from before, just to concentrate it a little bit into my crease, and then blending through the rest of the crease in just nice little circular motions and windshield wiper motions. Starting on the outer and then windshield wiper through the rest. That's a really nice color. Okay, I'm gonna take another fluffy brush. This one is shorter and denser than the last two. For the next color, I'm gonna go in to that color that I mentioned, this one right here. Oh, the names are so cute. They're about coffee. Cream and sugar, rise and grind, make it a double, just brew it. Mean muggin', no coffee, no worky. Espresso self, have the coffeels. Don't give me a frappe. Free refills, your best shot. Pop pop cappuccino. Hug in a mug. Cool beans, caffeine loading. Mocha me happy. Mocha me happy. I love coffee themed things. They're so cute. Okay, so this shade right here, which is probably Pop Pop Cappuccino. Okay, I'm gonna take that shade on this brush, start out with a really small amount of product and start on my outer corner, tapping that on to get the most pigment into that spot and then blend from there. You know what, this shade is warmer than I thought it would be, huh? I guess it's just because these other shades are like so warm. It's definitely more neutral than the others. Next, I'm gonna take a real small brush. This is from e.l.f. It's like a bigger pencil brush, basically. Super densely packed, super short. I am gonna take this shade right here, other side of the row from the other, that one right there. And I'm gonna take it on that little pencil brush, tap it off a lot, because I feel like it's gonna be super dark. Start it on my outer corner, blend it very close to the lash line. And I am also making really small movements with my brush right now because I don't want to spread this color everywhere. I want to keep it very concentrated. Back in with that small dense brush onto the outer V. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. That looks really nice. These shadows are they're so blendable. They're really nice. I think before I go in with the lid shade, I'm gonna take this brush. Yeah, I'm gonna mix this shade with this one to go like right up against the lash line. That shade's like almost black, but just not quite. And just go right up against my lash line. And now it's time for the main event. It's time to go in with this little taupey shimmer here. So I'm just gonna take this on my finger. I feel like that'll be the best course of action. I'm gonna start layering this up. Maybe I'll use a brush. This is just a flat little brush from Morphe. Oh yeah, that's really effective. Nice little synthetic brush to apply this. I think I will take a little bit on a brush and wet it with my little spray, just any spray, and then it just looks like straight up liquid metal. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shimmer right here, this coppery shade, because they layer up so nicely. I'm gonna use that to transition from where that really bright taupey shimmer ends to the darker shades, just to give it a nice diffused look, just on my finger, because I don't want it to be too intense on my eye, like this specific color. I just want to use it to blend into those deeper shades. Wow, you see how that just gives it a much nicer diffused look, and it's not quite as harsh of lines. Everything's nice and blended. Okay, that's it for the upper eyelids. Ooh, I like it. Really pleased with this palette. Personally, I love the balance of mattes to shimmers in here. We have 4 really intense metallics, a couple satins, and a good bit of mattes. Really nice balance. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and put a layer of mascara on. As you know, we are trying a new mascara. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. Very interesting, very interesting. I did try it one time just a little bit, and I didn't actually wear it. I was just kind of playing with it because I have other mascaras that I'm going through right now. But really interesting wand. So as you can see right here, it looks like a wide wand with some spiky bristles on the sides, but when you turn it, it's thin. So that those spiky bristles really are just like sticking out from the sides, and you can really get under your lashes with them, which is nice. I am really picky about mascara. I know like almost off the bat, usually if I'm gonna like a mascara. And then of course it depends on the wear. So like I might like a mascara and then it flakes later, but I can tell you right off the bat if this formula is gonna work for my eyelashes, because y'all know I have some trash eyelashes. So let's be fair, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes first so that this mascara stands a chance. And as you guys know, I like to do it in layers. So I'm gonna do a layer and let it dry, and then we'll add on later. That's the official first layer. First thing I'm noticing is very thick, this mascara, very wet formula. I did get some on my lid, so I'm gonna need to clean that up. There was a little bit too much product on that wand for me, so I suggest wiping it off. This wand really separates your lashes, but also there's so much product on it. Honestly, it's kind of different. It's kind of different from a lot of mascaras that I've tried. Let's do a little bit of brows first. Okay, I'm gonna keep you zoomed in so that we can just go ahead and do a little bit of brows. I'm gonna be using, this is newer from Marc Jacobs. This is the Brow Wow Duo. I have the shade light brown. So on this end, it has a tinted brow gel. And on this end, it has a thin fine point pencil. Very interesting. I've never seen these two products combined. In a pencil, it's usually a spoolie on the other end, but I like that. And also it came with a refill for the pencil, so that's nice since this kind of takes up a lot of the room for the pencil. They give you a refill and it comes in the box, so that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do the brow gel first, as you guys know how I do. Yeah, I suggest if you want to get a nice thin application of this to wipe off that brush, because there's quite a lot of product on it. As you can see, I'm wiping off the excess that kind of got around because this is pretty messy and it could just be a learning curve. Oh, somebody dropped something next door. I'm sure that the more that I use this, the more I'll get used to the formula and the way that it works. But it is pretty wet. It also is like quite thin. It's not a very thick gel, which is nice. I do like that because that means that it's not gonna just like clump off. So I'll let that dry while I do my bronzer and things, and then we'll go back in with the pencil a little bit later. But just so you guys can really see it right now, interesting. I kind of like it. I think that looks really nice. So next, let's go ahead and go into concealer, back to the face. And today I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty concealer. Rare Beauty came out beginning of last month. It is brand by Selena Gomez. If you didn't know, she came out with a full range. There is a foundation, a concealer. I have the foundation as well. I did try it. I don't know. I need to test it out a little bit more. That was kind of one, the first time that I put it on, I was like, I need to test this for a while and gather my thoughts, and then I'll let you know how I feel. But she put out foundation, a concealer, liquid blushes, brow product. I did try the concealer one time and I like it, I think. I'm still forming my thoughts on it, so I just thought I would use this today. It is quite new, so figured I'd go for it. Go for it. Figured I'd go for it and try this out. I do really like the packaging on these. They all have this little ball on top, so that it makes it really easy to open. She designed the packaging this way because she wanted to make it easy for those with joint pain, arthritis, any condition that causes joint pain, makes it a lot easier for them to open. So that's nice. Very interesting shaped doe foot applicator as well. So if you can see there, it's just different. It's very angular. I have the shade 200C. So let's go ahead and put this on. It is really nice and dewy, honestly, and I really like that. Looks really hydrating. I'm really enjoying the way that it applies. I do really like the way that it looks on the skin initially. And I will say it does stay pretty hydrating throughout the day, mostly. My main thing is I wanna really keep a closer eye on how it creases, or if it creases and how it wears, kind of a thing. I'd say this isn't quite full coverage. I'd say it's a nice medium to full coverage, but not as full coverage as a lot of concealers today are. Oh yeah, I was gonna cover up my little friend over here a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do with that spot is I'm actually gonna let this concealer dry down a bit on top of it and blend it exactly where I want it and let it dry so that it gains a little bit of coverage before I finish blending it out. Something about this concealer to note, a lot of it comes off on this doe foot applicator. There's like a ton of product on this, and you do not need that much. It's very spreadable. I highly recommend wiping off the doe foot applicator before you use it. So, wow, okay, something about this brow gel real quick is, wow, it is dried down, like it is set in place, which I really like that, honestly. Quite impressed. So let me just go ahead, since it is dried down, I'm gonna fill in my brows with the pencil. I quite like that. Very interesting. I really like that, actually. Now I'm gonna go over this little spot and just tap it out with this foundation brush first. Let me do the lower lash line real quick. I'm just gonna take a little pencil brush and probably just use this shade, that cream shade up here, this shade, and then maybe a little bit of that shade underneath. So I'm first gonna take that lightest nude, run it all up under my lower lash line. Okay, first nude shade. Then I'm gonna take another brush. That's a little bit thinner, but also still fluffy and thickly packed with that second shade that we used, the mid-tone brown. I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye and go towards the outer corner. That's as far as I'm gonna take it and blend it along my lash line. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. And with that, I think I'm gonna go in with another layer of mascara, so let's try that out and I'll be right back. I think I like this mascara a lot, actually. You know how there are some mascaras that leave your lashes really flexible and they're really movable and still very soft? This doesn't. This actually makes them quite stiff because it's push-up lashes. It's supposed to lift your lashes, and it actually does. I feel like this is really gonna hold the curl in my lashes really well, and they're gonna stand up like the whole day. So I kind of like that, honestly. So moving on, let's get into the rest of this face. I'm gonna use this for contour. I'm very excited about it. I have not used it on my face yet. This is from Oma Beauty. I have a few products from Oma Beauty that I've been testing out and trying. I've really been enjoying them, like a lot. I love their concealer so much. It might be in like my yearly favorites. Like, it's really moving up there real quick. I really like it a lot. This is their Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick right here. And I have the lightest shade, which is White Pearl, because honestly, from swatching this, is very pigmented. I'm really glad that I got the lightest shade because I think the next one would have just been too deep and like too much for me. So it's a contour stick, has a really nice light shade, which I was really excited about this shade for me for winter personally. I think it's gonna be perfect. So I'm just gonna draw it on, and I'm gonna start out with just that amount. I don't want to do too much. And it is, look at that cool tone it is. It's so nice. Oh, also it has a highlighter on the other end that I might use today as well. I'm gonna use my NARS Ita brush, which is my go-to contour brush. I'm just gonna start by stamping it upwards. Wow, holy crap. Yep, I put on too much. This is so pigmented, oh my Lord. Wow, but it blends like so easily. Wow. It's such a soft little shadow. I am gonna, just to clean it up a little bit since I did apply too much, I'm gonna go underneath with that foundation brush I was using just to clean. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Wow. I am very pleased how soft it is. I'm really happy with this shade as well. Like, I definitely don't love contours to be too deep, and this is just like just deeper than my skin and is such a nice tone. That's gonna be my favorite like winter contour, absolutely. It's like perfect shade wise. Also, each of them comes with a highlighter on the other end. I'll swatch that for you because I don't know if I necessarily want to use it today because, ooh, it's so creamy. That's so pretty. It is pink, and if you can see it right there, it is very glassy, shiny, and it's a nice little balmy texture, but I think these dry down really to like a powder finish, and they're really pretty. So, wow. But after that, it is so cool toned. I do want to warm up my face a little bit, so I think I am gonna throw on a bit of a bronzer real quick, just a powder one, and I'll be right back. Perfect. yeah, I just, so I just threw on a little bit of bronzer just to warm up my face a little bit. I just threw on a little bit of the, almost dropped it. I just threw on a little bit of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer real quick to just warm up my face. Next, I'm gonna go into highlighter. And for the highlighter, I really wanted to use this today. I thought it would really match the taupey kind of vibe that I really wanted to go for. This is from Nude Sticks. This came out this year as well. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies Glow in the shade Bubbly Baby. Baby? B-E-B-E, baby. Bubbly Baby. I feel weird saying that. Baby. Baby, whatever. So I'm just gonna apply this to the high points of my cheeks. And with these, they are very emollient. So if I have a little bit of a more set face, as I do right now, I like to just take my finger and rub it in there and apply it that way to the high points of my cheeks. Super glowy highlight, really love it. It's a very neutral, like probably the most neutral highlight that I have. It's like nude, skin toned. I mean, if I had to call it a color, I'd say it's slightly champagne, but like it's neutral. Silver blush next. I don't know when these came out, I think sometime this year, but this is definitely very new to me. This is from Iconic London, which I don't really have. This is the only thing I have from Iconic London. This is the sheer blush from Iconic London. I have the shade Fresh Faced, which is just, it's really just a nude color, honestly. I am just gonna take this on, starting on the back of my hand, right there. And I'm gonna start out with a brush. I'm just gonna start with this little Real Techniques brush, dab a little bit in there, and start dabbing this on to my cheeks. And this is like it's called the sheer blush. It is what it says, it's really sheer. It's just a very nice sheer nude shade, which you guys know I like a nude blush. I'm a big fan. Big fan of some nude blushes. Big fan.
Big fan, Spider-Man.
That's the blush, and I really like the way it looks on the face. It looks really pretty. I had no doubt that I would like this, honestly. It's right up my alley, so. I wanted to show you guys this mist today because I haven't shown it to you on my channel. I've had it for a while. This is from Patrick Ta. This came out a few months ago. This is the Patrick Ta Dewy Milk Mist. Anyway, it's the packaging makes me very happy. It's this soft touch glass. It's very nice, and the spray is very fine. It's really nice, I like it. Okay, that's the spray. Very dewy. I really like that mist. It's so nice. Okie dokie. So for the last thing, I'm gonna do my lips, and the main thing that I wanted to show you guys today is this new lip gloss from Bite Beauty. These are the Yesayer Plumping Lip Glosses, and I have the shade here Cider Donut. Really interesting applicator. It's this silicone little top, and as you twist this product comes out of the little applicator there. I'm just gonna throw a little lip liner on today with that. So I just threw a little nude lip liner on real quick, and I'm gonna apply this gloss. The thing about these glosses, they are, this is a vegan formula. So normally with plumping lip glosses, they use like bee venom or something to plump your lips. But with this, for the vegan formula, they use cinnamon. It makes these lip glosses taste like a cinnamon roll, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's just a really nice, sparkly, glossy nude, and I really like it. So that is everything for me today. Wow, really good products that we tried out here today. I'm really impressed with a lot of them. As you know, I've tried most of them before, but I'm a big fan of this palette right here. It looks so pretty on my eyes. Highly recommend. I think this is literally $10 at the drugstore, and you can find it at Ulta right now. This came out just a couple weeks ago, so find it at Ulta. If you see it, you should grab it because it's great. I really like this brow product. I was a lot more impressed with it than I thought I would be. I'm really enjoying this little base combo as well as this nice primer situation. I really like how moisturizing it is. So that's great. Ooh, super impressed with this contour stick. That is like gonna be a new go-to contour situation for me personally. Yeah, so that is everything for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed trying out these products with you guys today. And if you enjoyed this style of video, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you do end up picking up anything that I mentioned here today, or if you've tried it already. And yeah, so just let me know if you guys have, let me know everything. Tell me your whole life story in the comments down below. I'm just kidding. But tell me if you have tried out any of these or if you're planning to now. Please give this video a like so that I can know if you enjoy these review style videos so I can keep making them for you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!